Hello and welcome to another video with Amualani. These videos are just my thoughts on learning the new Teamfight Tactics season, Fates. This is also how I learned TFT to begin with. These videos are probably more for beginners or for people who are feeling overwhelmed trying to learn Teamfight Tactics. If you are looking more for videos with meta or for strategy for ranked games, there are other videos for that. So I think this Chauncey here is one of the new little legends that came out with this new season, Fates. You can purchase them in the shop, or I believe if you play for free, you'll get one egg, giving you a chance at one of them for the season. There might be two. I haven't really looked through the pass yet. This is the carousel round. Every game starts off with one of the carousel rounds. You get to pick a champion as well as a piece of gear. Now, I do tend to like to grab either the Nidalee large rod or the chain vest. Those can be kind of hard to come by later. Now you can pick them up and drag them anywhere. You can move them. This is not their permanent position on the board. You can change their position every round. I'm not going to be focused as much on positioning as I'm still learning Fates. For me, I'll be focused more on, I'm going to pick one champion and focus on their stats and just kind of learn the different champions, what they do, and then learn what their buffs are. That champion that I picked to focus on is not going to be a one-cost champion. Well, Warlord Sharpshooter. Now, part of the mechanic, we are just going to grab her. One of the mechanics of this new season is Fates. You get a chosen champion. Now that I have my chosen champion, another one will not appear in the shop. So what it is they give you an extra buff to one of these two, or some of the champions have three, so it could be three, and it'll show you everything in pink indicating which one it is. So she alone gives me the Sharpshooter bonus. So her attacks and spells ricochet to nearby enemies, dealing reduced damage. So it looks like we are going Warlord and Sharpshooter. So let's see here. There is Warlord, and we need a frontline, so we'll give him the Vanguard buff. So as you can see, these guys all have two keywords. What I'm going to be looking for champs that I'm buying from the shop, I'm going to be looking for Warlord, and I'm going to be looking for Sharpshooter. Now, I went Vanguard just because I know that that's a front line. I'm not going to grab any more Vanguards, but they get 100 armor, and I'll show you here in a sec what that does. Ooh, here's a better Vanguard, so we'll replace him. He's a Sharpshooter, very nice. Enlightened Mystic. And he's a Warlord, so very nice. And then I'm looking down here, and I'm looking for Warlord, and I'm looking for Sharpshooter. And I don't see that. Okay, so we just finished up with all the NPC rounds. That is where we got all of our items. Now, Sharpshooter, she gets the ricochet, so I'm going to go ahead and look at her ability here. She throws her javelin at her farthest enemy, dealing 455 magic damage plus 10% more for each hex traveled. Ooh. So we actually probably want to get needlessly large rod stuff with her. And then Warlord, as you can see, we're at 2 out of 3 on that bonus. Once I get 3, we'll get that first bonus. So I'm looking here, so we've got Warlord. We've got Warlord. So now I'm going to show you kind of what all these stats are over here. So this is your attack damage. It's the amount of damage you do with basic attacks. Items like BF Swords give plus 15 attack damage. All of the items that BF Swords build into will give you 15 attack damage plus whatever the full built item gives you. Now here you have the magic. Spell power multiplies the spell's magic damage, true damage, healing, and shielding. So that's going to be what affects the purple numbers. There are some people that will have a skill that has the brown that are affected by your attack damage. But for her, we're going to want to go for the need to see large rod type items. Okay, so I am looking for Warlord or Sharpshooter. Oh, there's a Sharpshooter. Okay. Nope. We will go ahead and go with we need the Warlord buff. Okay, so now she has her Sharpshooter buff as well as the Warlord buff. So now Warlord, they have bonus health and spell power. Each victorious combat they participate in increases the bonus by 10%, stacking up to 5 times. So because I only have 3 of them, it's 200 health and 20 spell power. But if it stacks up to 5 times, that can be 1,000 health and 100 spell power. I think that's how it works anyway. We're gonna find out. Okay, that panda Chauncey's pretty cute. I like that. Chauncey. Alright, now I said we need the needs to see large rod, so that's what we're going to go for. Okay, so I'm looking for, so there's, nice, it's another Nidalee, Warlord, and Sharpshooter. I'm going to go ahead and do a little re-rolling here, just because we do have a lot of those one cost. There's a Dusk Sharpshooter, Dusk Vanguard. Now I'm going to go ahead and give her an item that allows her to heal. So the holder spells heal him for 33% of the damage dealt. Excess healing fuels a shield that protects the holder against up to 400 damage. So there's Warlord. Now we have, at least we have kind of a tanky dude. So as you can see, she's 2-star. Her health went up. That might be part of the Warlord bonus. This is going up as well. Again, that's probably part of the Warlord bonus. There we go. And So the reason why I do that is come level 5, or come the Krug, because you really want to be level 5. It only costs 4 gold to get there, so just make sure you always have 4 gold when you come up on the Krugs. They can be pretty tough, especially if you're sitting on only 1 stars. They can be pretty tough with only 4 people. They are tanky, they do a lot of damage to you as well. Cultist and Shade, so we're going to sell her. Alright, well, not terrible. I think I'm going to put my have a couple of 2-star Nidalees in there. I'm going to go ahead and save up to 20 gold and then do a little more re-rolling, since we do have a lot of these ones casting cost champs. Alright, so Teemo fires a dart at the enemy with the highest attack speed. The dart explodes into a cloud of spores on contact, poisoning nearby enemies. Poison enemies take 200% or 200 magic damage over 2.5 seconds and are blinded. So we're looking for Sharpshooter or Warlord. Now, if we're going to go for, and I think we should, since this is our champion bonus, if we're going to go for 6-piece Sharpshooter, then we're only going to have 3-piece Warlord. So, Warlord, Assassin might actually be one of them over Warlord. I'm going to keep the Brawler. Wait, I'm not sure yet if we're going to go Vanguard or Brawler for the front line. Now, how I came to that conclusion is I'm looking at level 9 is the max. That is just something that I know from previous seasons. I've also done it a couple times this season, which means you can have 1 champion on the board per level that you are, unless you get a double spatula item. So if I'm going to have the 6-piece Sharpshooter buff, that's going to be 5 Sharpshooters plus 3 Warlords, and then I'm going to have either a second Vanguard or a second Brawler, whichever I wind up making my front line. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and re-roll once. Because if we get the 6-piece Sharpshooter, it's 3 ricochets with 35% reduced damage. Both their attacks and their spells ricochet. So that's pretty amazing. So I think we need to get some spell on hit and attack on hit effects now on Nidalee. I'm thinking red buff is a definite must. That'll do a little true damage and allow them to not to heal as much. It'll reduce their healing. So, since I already have the chain vest, I need a belt. There are no belts. I'll go BF Sword. We'll go Giant Slayer. Now over on the right, you'll see there are 2 of us that are kind of on fire. That means we're on a win streak of 4+, meaning we're getting an extra 2 gold a round for that win streak. That is what's happening. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and grab you. we're gonna go ahead and get rid of the assassin. Do a little. You know, I might as well just get a 2-star V in case I do wind up going Brawler. Garen is only a 1-star, and the Thresh that I'm working on is only a 2-star, so I think we can do a little better in the later game with the front line. So grab that. I know I said I was only gonna go up to 20 gold, but since I'm already at the 30 gold buff, I might as well keep it. We'll do a little re-rolling again here. Okay. So, sharpshooter, sharpshooter. Okay. And we're going to go ahead and give Nidalee. So, Giant Slayer. As you can see, the part that's right under Giant Slayer is what you get from the base components that built into Giant Slayer. So 15 damage and 15 attack speed. This is the attack speed buff. And then you also get, for the completed item, you get the text as well. The holder spells and basic attacks do 10% bonus damage. If the target has more than 1750 max health, the bonus increases to 90%. So the frontline, like brawlers that have a lot of health, or warlords that are getting that stacking health buff, it'll just kind of help you get through some of that health. That's what that does. Here's the armor. Armor reduces the amount of damage taken from basic attacks. Magic resistance reduces the amount of damage taken from spells. Okay, so there is the V. We'll go ahead and leave it at that. And grab. We'll grab the Teemo. And I will finish showing you everything here in a second. Oh, hey. Dusk Sharpshooter. Nice. So the double spatula item, I can now have 10. So that's very, very nice. We might go Keeper then as our other, just because they can give a shield, and there's 2 Warlord Keepers. Here's the Teemo. Garen is really good if I can keep him. Okay, so we're gonna go back and look at these other items. So the attack speed, that's their base attack speed without any items. This is their attack range, their critical strike chance, and this is their critical strike damage. Now that we're at 40 gold, I think I'm going to go ahead and get up to 50 gold, just because that'll give us that, +5 every turn. Okay, so Warlord. Here's a Dusk Keeper. There's 2 Warlord Keepers, though, so I think that's who we're going to grab. Divine Hunter. Yep, I like the synergy here, so I think we're going to go ahead and sell the V. So we're going to go ahead and look at the Garen. He spins his sword for 4 seconds, dealing magic damage to nearby enemies and reducing incoming magic damage by 80% over the duration. I went ahead and put a Frozen Heart on him, which reduces the attack speed of nearby enemies by 50%. Each Frozen Heart a champion carries beyond the first increases the radius of this effect. It's just going to make it so that he takes a little less damage, because they're attacking slower right next to him. And that's kind of the idea, is we want that front line to stay alive. Alright, and here is our 3-star Nidalee. Alright. And... guess we'll look for a keeper here. Keeper, there we go. We'll stick him in next time with a Warlord. Now we are also looking for our sharpshooters. So we have both of the ones that are 1 cost, and we have the one that is 2 cost. We are looking for a 3 and a 4 cost. That's one nice thing, is you can look at, you can scroll over and it'll tell you, you know, how many there are in the game if you're looking for it. All right. I think with what's left, we'll go ahead and go for the Crick Gloves. As far as the order of who gets to pick what for this, it's the first 2 that are at the bottom that get to pick first, and then the next 2, and then the next 2. Now, in this case, we were both tied, which is why I was picking last. When that happens, somebody picks last. So we're going to go ahead and do this kind of up front and stick him in back for the shield. So the keepers, at the start of combat, they grant themselves and all nearby allies a shield for 8 seconds. The shield is 50% stronger on keepers. So it just makes everybody a little bit more survivable. So they can take a little more damage. So now that we have our gold cost right there, or our gold Nidalee, who is our carry, now we really want to start getting some levels. So I'm going to start focusing all of my gold into buying experience rather than re-rolling. Now we are close to another gold here, and odds are, as we level up, the odds of us getting white cards are going to go down, so odds are we're not going to get a gold Garen, but that's okay. He's not our carry. And now let's look at her. So this is kind of her stats now that she is 3-star. She's got some health, she's doing some damage. She's got some spell power. And we just knocked somebody out. Nice. So you can also look here and see who did what in your last round. She did almost 9,000 damage, so she's doing what she's supposed to, and she's carrying for us, which is very nice. So I'm not going to buy that because I'm probably not going to get another white up there. So I'm going to go ahead and get us up to level 7, and then we're going to do some re-rolling here in level 7. So we are, again, we're looking for Sharpshooter or Warlord are the key words here that we're looking for. Sharpshooter. Dump a couple points here into experience and then the rest into, we are going to do a little re-rolling here. So we're going to go ahead and do the double crit glove item on Kennen. Since we're not going to keep Kennen, we are going to sell him eventually. And we're going to go ahead and give her Morellonomicon, allowing her. So now she does 1260 damage. Morellonomicon, when the holder deals damage with their spell, they burn the target, dealing 25% of the target's maximum health as true damage over 10 seconds. So because we're going to give her the maximum bounce and whatnot, she's just going to be doing a lot of damage here. Alright, we are still looking for Sharpshooter. The reason why I grabbed him is as a possible... I think one of the sharpshooters is also cultist, and I wanted to see... It's a 3-piece buff. Okay, so we're not going to go with him. Okay, we are still looking for... We don't need to be grabbing Vayne. She's the only sharpshooter we're not grabbing now. We already have her. So there are still 2 sharpshooters we haven't seen. We can have two more people to fill out our comp. Actually, yeah, 2 more people. Do 1 in experience here. Keep re-rolling. Oh, I think we'll go ahead and give him a Rage Blade. So what that does is the Rage Blade basic attacks grant 6% bonus speed for the rest of combat. So as you can see, his attack speed is going up. And that'll just be really nice because then, you know, as that ricochets, that's just going to do some extra damage. So he is in... That's probably him that's in second there with the Rage Blade. So I am looking for probably some kind of... I'll go ahead and grab... Oh, Yuumi, hello! Yumi's one of my favorite champs to play in League of Legends. I'll have to check her out in another round. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get rid of that. Do a little re-rolling. And there's another gold. Awesome. So Static Shiv, what that does, every third basic attack from the wearer deals 80 magic damage over 3, 4, 5 to enemies. That 3, 4, 5 is based on what star level it's equipped on. So it's equipped right now on a 2-star, so it's going to do the middle one, the 4. And it does... And we're only 1 away from getting him gold, though, so if we get 1 more, we will get the 3-star, and he'll hit 5 enemies. And then 80 true damage if they are shielded or crowd controlled. So Jarvan. So really we are looking for... Oh, there's a sharpshooter. And there's our gold. Nice. So now, as you can see, that it's going to do to 5 enemies the 80 magic damage and bounce, and he does a 10 magic damage over 4.5 seconds. Now, I'm not sure what they have that's doing so much damage, but that kind of definitely hurts. So Jinx fires a rocket, stunning her target for 1.5 seconds and dealing 200 magic damage to her target and all adjacent enemies. Nice. And Thresh throws his lantern to the lowest health ally, shielding them and nearby allies against 900 damage for 4 seconds. The item that we just put on him is Quicksilver. It's made from the bottom right, you'll see, is the Crit Glove item and the Negatron Cloak. And the Crit Glove item, it gives 20% crit, 25 dodge, or that's 25 magic resist. And then they're immune to crowd control for the first 12 seconds of combat. So that's very, very good. Oh, come on. There we go. Very nice. Okay. So, nice. There's a 2-star. We just need 1 more. Sharpshooter, that's what I'm looking for. And who is that last sharpshooter? I don't recognize the skin. Jin, maybe? So we'll look for him in the next carousel. Alright. Go ahead and reroll once. Yon could be our possible if we were to get up to level 9 possibility. Alright, something I don't think I mentioned. So this is you, this is your little legend. You can move either by right-clicking, or for me, I use my spacebar, and I press my spacebar and hold, and then I just, he moves wherever my mouse. So you'll see that little arrow, and I'm following around. So that's how you can pick up the loot orbs, is you either right-click or you hit spacebar and follow your mouse. Now, I did have to go through in settings and make it so that spacebar is part of my move. I have a lot of pain in my hand, so I use a trackpad, and that's why. Alright. And I think we're going to go another Giant Slayer. And yes, there's our Sharpshooter. And there's our... Very, very nice. We're going to go ahead and equip this on our other 3-star Sharpshooter. Or not. So now we've got the 6-piece Sharpshooter bonus. Oh, just in time. Took first. Very nice. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, please hit the like button, and please subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed it. I'll see you guys next time.